That's the only scream for today, because my voice is killing me, guys. I was out last night with the boys, had a couple brewskis, also had an incredible double burger with a fried egg on top. If you've never had that before, fucking try it. It's incredible. An egg belongs on everything. It's the best food in the world. All right, so focusing in. Today, the art of surrendering. This is probably, to me, one of the most understated but also the most important topics that we should cover. This one will get a little out there, so I want to start off by saying that if whatever I say, it resonates with you, keep it, use it, integrate it. If it doesn't, throw it out. You guys, you don't have to argue against it. You don't have to accept things into your life that you don't want. But if it makes sense to you, if what I'm about to detail out sounds similar to the position in life that you may find yourself being in right now, well, then this may apply to you. So the art of surrendering. What is surrendering? Well, surrendering to me, I'm going to skip ahead to 2 here, is acceptance. The relinquishing of control of the conscious outcome of a situation. I mean, you could probably switch that sentence around anyway when it works out, but at the end of the day, an acceptance and surrendering is understanding that, hey, I'm just myself. I am my ego. I have my certain conscious level, and then everything outside of that within this reality, I can't necessarily control it. I have to let go of the control. And so throughout time, people always take the connotation of surrendering as a bad thing. They're like, oh, well, if you surrender, you're a pussy. You're weak. You know, you're the loser. You surrendered. That means there has to be a winner. I was like, no. That's what you guys need to understand. Just because you surrender your ego, doesn't mean that somebody else in this reality is the winner. The winner is the future you, the higher version of yourself, God, if you will, as your awakened imagination, the things that you see in your head that you know deep down that is your perfect dream, your reality. I want you guys to view that as God, okay? And when we fight against it, when we have resistance, which I'm going to go into right now, this comes from our ego. This comes from trying to assert control over a situation. This comes from fear, anxiety, and doubt. And when I say fear, anxiety, and doubt, I'm talking about of the outcome. So many times in life, we all want things. I want things. You want things. But we can't always control how they come into our lives. And we actually shoot ourselves in the foot a lot of the time by focusing so hard on trying to control the universe and trying to control reality. Guys, if you have a problem, you're not going to solve it from the same level of consciousness that created the problem. You need to surrender. You need to let go, and you need to give yourself to a higher power so they can come in and fix it. That's part of the acceptance. You need to let your ego get diminished. This doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Doesn't mean that you're not important. Doesn't mean you're weak. It's just saying that me, right now, in this present moment, this present state of consciousness, I want all these things. I'm going to step into that state of being to achieve these things. However, I don't understand the who, what, where, why, any of it. You don't know how it's going to happen. That's surrendering. Surrendering is letting go of that egoic control of every single outcome, because if you want to control every outcome, it's not going to go over well. You're going to go crazy, and you're not going to get the results that you want. Because your current state of consciousness, your current subconscious brain, if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, and then you're saying, well, I need something different, how are you going to get the different if you've been living your life this one way? You won't. You'll get the same answers. So you need to surrender. You need to learn how to surrender and give it off to this higher power within yourself. And most importantly, is to step in to the present moment and acceptance. So down here in this acceptance section, the self, the universe, present moment, you have to accept all three. So when I say accept the self, I'll give you a little background story. So when I was young, when I was in probably middle school, I had like one friend. And then when I got to high school, it was the same thing for like a full year. I had this one friend, his name was Aaron, and I just, for the life of me, I couldn't make friends. And I didn't understand why, and I think it's because I didn't accept myself. I was a nerd. However, I was a multi-classer. I was also the captain of the fucking football team type player. Like, I loved sports, but at the same time, I loved nerdy stuff. I didn't do the sports for the girls. I didn't do the sports for the touchdowns and the rah-rah-rah and the camaraderie of the guys. I just genuinely enjoyed hitting the fucking shit out of people because I was a real-life barbarian, just rolling nat crits on every running back I ran into. That's how I viewed my life. And you know what? That kind of makes people make fun of me. All right? I was weird. I was very strange. I was always out there. And so I finally was like, man, I need some friends, but how do I get friends? I kept trying to do the same thing. I would go to the football games, I go to the baseball practice, and I was like, yeah, these people aren't mine. But I kept trying to control the situation. I kept trying to hold on and control and say, no. I'm going to squeeze a friend out of this. That fucking lemon, man. I'm going to make some lemonade, brother. Until I let go. And I met 3 amazing friends, and then finally another 4th that came down, not at the same time, but within probably the next month or so. Because I realized I'm a nerd. I signed up for gaming club. I went to gaming club and I brought my Magic the Gathering deck and I got my ass fucking creeped. And it was the best fucking day of my life up until that point. I hadn't met anyone else that wanted to play that game with me. And then not only did they play it, but they were good at it. And we got along. They understood. They wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. They already played World of Warcraft. Like, they were nerds like me. And all I had to do was surrender what I had been doing and let the universe kind of do it for me. Right? Now, of course, the universe didn't come down and say, hey, by the way, 3 o'clock game club, if you show up there, your friends are waiting for you. That's not what I mean by the universe is going to do things for you. What I mean by accepting the universe to let it do things for you is once you accept yourself and you step into who that self is, you're going to change some actions. And then as you align within that self and you let go of some of this resistance to the outcome, that allows the universe to come in and say, all right, well, it looks like he's pretty well aligned. You know, he's in the right spot. He's cooking very nicely right now. So let's just sprinkle a little extra seasoning on there. Why not a little bit of that? Okay. And let's just put a glaze, all right? Let's just glaze them up a little bit. That's kind of how the universe does it. You need to get to the state of being, most importantly, and then once you let go of the control, you let go of that resistance, that allows these things to come into your life. And that's also part of the acceptance of the present moment, is just being, that state of being. You're not worried about the future. You're not worried about the past. These fears, these anxieties, doubts of the outcome are gone. You're just sort of being. And when you're being and you're fully embodying acceptance, that's when the magic happens. So my little trick for this, I mean, this isn't really a trick, but what I like to tell myself is you have to set an intention to be supported by the universe. So firstly, you have to surrender to the universe. This is all this stuff up here. Accept yourself, surrender the outcome. That doesn't matter. Just step into the state of being, right? And once you're in that state of being, set an intention that the universe is going to support you. It will support you, and you're grateful for that support. You believe in that support. It's going to keep coming for you. All right? And then from there, once you are in that state, so you are surrendered, you are waiting for support, you expect the support, and you focus intently on the state of being, whatever your dream, whatever your reality is, you can't control all the other things in it. Anything outside of yourself you can't necessarily control, but you can control yourself and your mental state. So if you focus all your effort on that state of being that you wish to be, and you have surrendered the outcomes of some of the reality that you'd like to experience to the universe, and you believe that it's going to be given to you, those amazing miracles are going to come into your life, into fruition. They're going to manifest into your current reality because you've surrendered. You've put your faith in the universe, this higher power. You are stepped into the state of being. You are in alignment, and you are grateful for all these miracles. Guys, this is literally the map for success right here. That's what you have to do. It sounds crazy, and I understand it sounds crazy. I'm that guy on the internet right now telling you that if you have a dream, it's fucking real, okay? I don't believe anything is fake other than watching the news. I watch that and I'm like, that seems fake. But when you have a vivid dream of yourself in the future or in some event, how can it be fake? How? You wouldn't be able to even see it, especially if you're sleeping. That's your soul talking to you. Right? So all these things, you have to play this game with the universe. It's the greatest ally of all time. It only wants your success. So please start paying attention to it. Start surrendering to it. Start playing with the rules of the game. Guys, if you want something new, step into it. Just step into it and trust me, the miracles will start flowing into your life. You can't stop it. The only person that can stop it is you. And it's right here. It's resistance. No one is stopping you from your dreams other than you. You are the only one. If you haven't started something yet, is it because of your ego? Is it because of the control? You don't know how it's going to turn out, so you won't even start it? The ego. If somebody said something bad to you about what you're doing, could your ego handle it? It should be able to. If you're on the right path, you should say, fuck you. I'm going to do me. I'm not hurting anybody, but you are. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself by crashing other people's dreams. Or the fear, anxiety, and doubt. Are you sitting there watching videos on how to get started, but you never do because you're worried about how other people may react? Are you worried that it might not work out? Are you worried that, everything you've ever been told by anyone else before is true about you? Okay? What are the reasons that we aren't stepping in to this new reality? You can do it. You can have it all, and it's so easy. It's so simple. All you have to do is start trying a little bit and start surrendering the results. I promise you the results are coming. They absolutely are coming. But you need to be willing to accept that you on the other side of that fucking screen, you don't have all the answers. You don't right now. You don't know the who, you don't know the what, you don't know the where, you don't know the why. You don't understand how it's all going to play together, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to come together. Everything is going to come together just like you imagined it, but better, because that's what the universe does for you. The only thing that you can really control is your state of being. So guys, I want to keep this one short. A little bit of rambling in the middle there, but end of this message is be very grateful for all the good things that you already have in your life. Gratitude is a very strong emotion. Okay? So if you want to attract more abundance into your life, be grateful for the abundance you already have. Right? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't do that. And then if you want to step into a new reality, a new future, a new you, with the changing of the seasons, right? Summer's here. All you have to do is really consciously think about who you are now, who you want to be, and some of the little things you can change. And realize that this doesn't take years. It takes minutes if you get very good at it. Minutes. And the reason it's minutes is because every single present moment is all there is. Time is irrelevant, okay? Because the future doesn't actually exist. The future is just a present moment that hasn't happened yet, and the past is a present moment that already did. So everything is just the present moment, and you can't just like shoot your consciousness 20 years out into the future, right? You don't know what's gonna happen. So you have to live in the now. And if you know what you want in your future, then you better as hell make sure that version of you now starts to mirror it. Sounds pretty good to me, right? So, I think with that being said, that is the art of surrendering. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I really do enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys. So please let me know as well down in the comments if you stay this long in the video. Give me some recommendations. Give me some things to talk about. If you guys want me to talk about game and dating and relationships, I can do that. You want health? I can do that. You want to learn how to look the best you've ever looked in your entire life? I got you, fam. If you want to have a good frame, I got you. If you want spirituality, I got you. Whatever it is, I want to help. So let me know. Love you guys. Be good. It's a little rainy here, but still, go outside and touch some fucking grass, you filthy animals. See you guys.